First things first, before we begin, let me put on my thinking hat and take you for a spin. This rap is about earthquakes and tornadoes, but let's go ahead and start with volcanoes. Hot liquid under the surface is magma, and when it erupts, takes off like nothing. But what comes out's that stuff called lava, which can be very hot and melt any type of gas up to 1250 degrees Celsius, so the danger area has a 20-mile radius. And when viscosities are really high and lava compositions may rhyolite, the lava flow becomes really slow, so have no fear, cause you already know. And when volcanoes become active, they tend to give out ash and gases. Volcanic gases include carbon dioxide as well as water vapor and hydrogen sulfur. Now volcanoes have 3 different types: the shield, cinder cones, and composite. Alright, and when you're going from composite to shield, the viscosity level lowers, so you should be good in that field. But out of a volcano come what type of fragments? Well, it just depends on the explosion that happens. These fragments are known as pyroclastic. 2 examples are obsidian and pumice. Pumice is a water floating rock, just like Jesus walk on water, it'll make your jaw drop. And while volcanoes can be active, they can also be dormant, extinct, and inactive. Some active volcanoes found in America can be seen in Hawaii, California, and Alaska. But now as we begin to wrap up, I want you to remember one thing. Yeah, what's up? That the word volcano comes from the Roman god. What's his name? Happens to be Volcan. Volcanic eruption, ain't that something? When lava comes out same color as a pumpkin. When earthquakes get to shaking, there ain't no time for contemplating, you better move. Can you feel the groove? When it comes to natural disasters, we need to improve with our knowledge, alertness, and focus, cause we can't just disappear like hocus pocus. Up next we have earthquakes. They can make the ground shake as well as dissipating. The earth has 20 constant moving plates, and when the pressure increases it can cause the crust to break. This break can cause the release of energy which moves in waves. It can cause tsunamis. Tsunamis can be deadly and take many lives. Other deadly disasters are avalanches and landslides. These disasters are from the quake itself and usually the people saying help. About 20,000 earthquakes happen every year, not just in the US, happens all across the sphere. 80% of earthquakes are in the ring of fire. Reminds me of Finding Nemo. Man, that movie never expired. Now to find the earthquake's epicenter, you need 3 requirements, so let's go on and invent. Step 1 is the PNS waves, and you have to find the arrival time to see how it behaves. Second up is the travel time curve, and it could go from being straight and all of a sudden swerve. And last but not least is the seismogram, which records an earth tremor by a seismograph. Man, now on to the earthquake's magnitude. There's intensity and Richter scales, but what do they do? Intensity scales measure the damage that's done, while Richter scales number from 10 to 1, and these scales measure energy based on amplitude as well as the distance to an earthquake too. Seismic vibrations can collapse many structures, and this can lead to a lot of mad constructors. But there are 2 types of earthquake predictions, both short and long range can prevent infliction. The short range includes uplift and foreshocks, while long range looks at historical time clock. This depicts an earthquake's when and where and can help prevent a lot of despair. Volcanic eruption, ain't that something? When lava comes out same color as a pumpkin. When earthquakes get to shaking, there ain't no time for contemplating, you better move. Can you feel the groove? When it comes to natural disasters, we need to improve with our knowledge, alertness, and focus, cause we can't just disappear like hocus pocus. The tornado is up, so here we go. So prepare to listen so your knowledge can grow. Tornado extends from a thunderstorm and takes on a whirlwind funnel-shaped form. And the damage path can be 50 miles long and 1 mile wide, so a lot can go wrong. And the average length the tornado lasts is around 10 minutes, so you gotta think fast. Cause the tornado speed tends to vary. It can reach 70 miles per hour. Ooh, scary. But what about a tornadoes, friends? We call them twisters cause they spawn from them. But how does a tornado and thunderstorm form? It happens when a cold front finds one that's warm. Now time to figure out when tornadoes occur. Is that okay with you? Yeah, sure. When talking PM, it's 3 to 9. Just remember it's the time when the sun does shine. And for the US's southern states, peak tornadoes occur between March and May. And when looking up at the northern states, they happen between June and August, mates. But how do we know when a tornado is coming? We use the pulse Doppler radar. Ain't that something? Well, I'm glad I live near some otters. Well, I'm sorry to say there are tornadoes by water, and these tornadoes are called water spouts, and they're connected by a cumulonimbus cloud. Now on to the actual whirlwind speeds. It tends to be faster than a Bugatti. 110 through 300 is the rate of spin, and don't get in the way unless you want to see him. Although some have lived to tell the tale, it's hard to believe they must have drank from the Holy Grail, because that is something that most of us don't see unless your name is Dorothy. Volcanic eruption, ain't that something? When lava comes out same color as a pumpkin. When earthquakes get to shaking, there ain't no time for contemplating, you better move. Can you feel the groove? When it comes to natural disasters, we need to improve with our knowledge, alertness, and focus, cause we can't just disappear like hocus pocus.